All right, so it seems like somebody out there is about to jump back into the job market.
Oh, yeah.
Always a wild ride,
It
right?
can be.
You sent over some stuff about this RoleCatcher platform,
Hmm.
and, well, let's just say, color me intrigued.
Yeah.
Is this just another one of those same old job boards?
Right.
Or is there something different going on here, something we need to be paying attention to?
Well, it's definitely got people talking.
Yeah.
That's for sure. The thing that really jumped out at me right away was just how much they're trying to do,
Yeah.
the sheer scope of what they're offering.
Right.
Now, I know sometimes you get a huge, long list of features, and it doesn't necessarily mean that the platform's any good,
Totally. Yeah.
but it definitely makes you want to kind of peek under the hood and see what's going on.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
Yeah.
We're talking features like RoleCatcher capture,
Uh-huh.
one-click job saving
Okay.
from anywhere. LinkedIn, those super niche job boards that you love, even company websites.
Oh, wow.
And get this, they say that they've got AI that looks at your resume before you send it out so you can see what a potential employer is going to see.
Oh, that's interesting.
And did I mention the library of 120,000 interview questions?
120,000.
Talk about being prepared.
Okay. I mean, at a certain point, that just seems
Overkill.
a little overkill, yeah. But it does tell you something.
Yeah.
They're not messing around.
Yeah.
This isn't just about like sending applications out to the void and hoping for the best.
Right.
They're really emphasizing this much more strategic, kind of almost surgical approach to the whole job hunt.
Totally. And this is where things got really interesting for me.
Okay.
I'm clicking around their career guide section, right?
Yeah.
And I'm expecting the usual,
Right.
how to write a good cover letter, how to,
Yeah.
whatever,
Sure.
the basic.
Generic stuff, yeah.
But then I found a detailed guide for firework assemblers. And I'm not talking some generic fluff piece.
Right.
This thing breaks it down by career stage.
Wow.
From like newbie, just starting out, all the way to like seasoned pyrotechnician
Oh, wow.
with real responsibilities for each level, even sample profiles. It's like, who knew that playing with explosives could be so structured?
Well, it makes sense when you think about it. You're dealing with explosives. It's got to be structured.
That's true.
But it's not just about fireworks, though.
Right.
That's just one example.
Right.
But it speaks to a bigger point about how RoleCatcher is approaching this whole thing. They're getting into the weeds.
Yeah.
They're getting really specific.
Okay.
And that's true across all these different fields,
Yeah.
not just making fireworks.
Yeah.
The point is, it's not about finding any old job. It's about giving you the tools and the information to build an actual career,
Right.
step by step,
Yeah.
in a way that makes sense for you.
And that's what you need when you're trying to stand out in this job market.
Right. Of course. Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody gives you the same generic advice
Yeah.
that only gets you so far.
Right.
You need to go deeper. And RoleCatcher seems to get that.
Yeah.
They understand that, different skills matter at different levels.
Right.
And they're giving you that granular insight that you need.
Okay. So for our wannabe firework assembler out there, they highlight monitoring as a key skill.
Makes sense.
Right.
Yeah, you're dealing with explosives. Safety first.
Exactly. But here's where it gets really, really interesting.
Okay.
They don't just tell you it's important.
Right.
They tell you what monitoring looks like in that specific job.
Oh, interesting.
So we're not talking vague, attention to detail kind of stuff.
Right.
This is tangible, real-world example
Okay.
of what you need to be good at.
That's huge.
Right.
Especially for somebody just starting out, or even if you're switching careers. You need to know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And it sounds like they're giving you the tools to do that. It's like they're handing you a cheat sheet.
Totally. Okay, so I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Color me intrigued. But my inner skeptic is starting to perk up a little bit here.
Okay, yeah.
This is starting to sound a little too good to be true.
Right.
And let's be real for a second.
Yeah.
Most platforms like this,
Yeah.
there's a catch.
There's always a catch.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So what is it? What's the trade-off here?
Exactly.
Because, like a lot of places these days, RoleCatcher has, the freemium model, right?
Right.
There's the free tier. And from what we've seen,
It seems pretty good.
it seems pretty darn good.
Right.
Like you could probably get a lot done just with the free stuff.
Yeah, the free features seem like they'd be enough to at least get you started.
Yeah.
But then there's this, Copilot AI upgrade.
Right.
Have you had a chance to play around with that side of the platform at all?
A little bit. Yeah.
Because that's where things get
Interesting.
really interesting.
Yeah. And let me tell you, this Copilot, it's not just slapping AI buzzwords onto your resume and hoping for the best.
Right.
This is about really digging into your experience and your skills and presenting them in a way that makes sense for the specific job that you want.
Right.
It's like laser-focused tailoring,
Okay.
but powered by algorithms.
So instead of just being like, oh, you need more leadership on your resume, it's like,
Right.
hey, this hiring manager really seems to value project management.
Exactly.
Let's make sure that volunteer work you did shines.
Yes.
Right.
It's those subtle tweaks
Yeah.
that end up making a big difference.
So it's like having a little career coach in your back pocket,
Right.
you know, whispering in your ear,
Yeah.
like, hey, tweak emphasize that
Exactly.
as you're applying to different jobs. But
Got to address the elephant in the room.
yeah, the elephant in the room being the price tag on all this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They've got the free tier, which, like we said,
Seems pretty good.
seems surprisingly robust.
Yeah.
But then there's that Copilot AI upgrade.
Right.
When does it make sense to actually spend the money?
That's a great question.
Right.
And honestly, it's tough to say because it's going to be different for everyone, right?
Correct.
That depends on, you know, where you are in your career, what your goals are.
Totally.
I mean, somebody just starting out, they might be totally fine just with the free features, at least to get going.
Right.
But if you've been at it for a while, you know.
Yeah.
You're looking for that edge, you know, to really stand out.
Yeah.
Those AI features might be worth looking into.
Okay, so let's say you are interested in this Copilot thing.
Mm-hmm.
What are we talking about here, future-wise, that might actually justify spending some money?
So one of the things that really jumped out at me was this interview simulation tool they have.
Okay.
And basically, it's like a mock interview, but with AI.
So you've got this virtual interviewer asking you questions based on actual job descriptions.
Oh, wow.
And then it analyzes your responses.
Okay.
How clearly you're speaking, how concise you are.
That's cool.
Even, get this, your body language.
Wait, it's reading your body language.
That's what they say.
Yeah.
I haven't had a chance to try it myself.
Through the camera.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
I mean, the idea is that it can pick up on those subtle cues.
Yeah.
Like, are you fidgeting?
Right.
Are you making eye contact?
Interesting.
All that stuff that you might not even realize you're doing.
That could be really helpful.
I think so, too.
Or really creepy.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit of both, maybe.
Yeah.
But all jokes aside,
Yeah.
it does kind of highlight something important.
Okay.
It's not just about what you say anymore, it's how you say it.
Right.
And this AI feedback loop, as weird as it might seem,
Yeah.
it could be really, really helpful, especially for people who, you know, might not be as comfortable with that aspect of interviewing.
It's like having a personal coach.
Totally, yeah.
Analyzing every little thing you do.
Right.
I don't know. The more I hear about this, the more I'm like, RoleCatcher is really trying to take this whole job search thing
Demystify it.
and make it less of a black box.
Yeah.
Because it is.
It totally is. It's such a mystery. And I think that's where the real value is here.
Okay.
Even beyond the specific features.
Right.
It's giving people tools and information
Mm-hmm.
to help them understand this thing.
Okay, but
Yeah.
playing devil's advocate for a second here.
Sure.
Not every job seeker is the same.
Of course not. Yeah.
Right.
Everyone's different.
So what works for one person
Right.
might not work for another.
Absolutely. And it's important to remember, there's no magic solution here.
Right.
There's no one thing that's going to guarantee you're going to get the job.
Right.
What they're giving you are tools and strategies
Yeah.
that, if you use them the right way,
Right.
could really increase your chances.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So instead of just listening to us go on and on about this thing,
Right.
dear listener, you should really just go check it out yourself.
Exactly.
Go to RoleCatcher, poke around, see if it feels right to you.
Yeah. Think of it like test driving a car, right?
Okay.
You wouldn't just buy a car without,
Without driving it around the block.
robbing it first.
Right, exactly. It's about finding what works for you. But what we can say, just from what we've seen,
Yeah.
RoleCatcher seems to be onto something.
Oh, yeah.
With this whole
Told you.
tech data strategy. It's
Right.
like they're hitting all the buzzwords.
It's the future.
Right.
This is where things are headed.
But it's more than just buzzwords.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Right.
They're actually doing it.
They're actually doing it.
They're not just talking about it.
And that's what's exciting.
And the thing is, the job market is changing.
Mm-hmm.
Whether we like it or not, it's happening.
Yeah.
And the people who are going to succeed, the people who are going to get ahead,
Mm-hmm.
are the ones who are willing to change with it.
Adapt.
Exactly. Embrace these new tools. Figure out how to use them.
Okay. So instead of fearing it,
Right.
embrace it.
Exactly.
Who knows? Maybe this whole co-pilot thing will be your new best friend.
Right.
But speaking of new frontiers, there's one part of RoleCatcher we haven't even touched on yet.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a big one. We've been talking a lot about how RoleCatcher can help you find the right job.
Right.
But they've also kind of flipped the script
Yeah.
on how companies find candidates.
Totally.
It's not just a one-way street anymore.
Right. This is where the whole employer side of the platform comes in.
Okay.
Companies can actually search their database of users.
Interesting.
It's kind of like a super targeted talent pool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Instead of just looking at like a
Yeah.
giant stack of resumes,
Exactly.
they're seeing these detailed profiles that we've been talking about.
Right.
They could even
It's the whole see how you do in those AI practice interviews.
your whole new ball game.
Right.
You're not just sitting around
It's kind of cool.
hoping somebody finds you.
Yeah.
You're putting yourself out there
Yeah.
in a way that's going to attract the right kind of attention.
So you're kind of taking control
Yes.
of your story,
Exactly. That's the key.
of how you present yourself.
It's about owning your narrative.
Yeah.
And really showcasing what you can do.
It makes the whole, like,
Yeah.
apply and pray thing
Oh, I know.
seem kind of
Yeah.
ancient.
It's so old school. Like,
Yeah.
who even does that anymore?
Well, a lot of people, probably. But it does feel like,
Feels like we're moving beyond that.
yeah.
Like there's a better way.
Okay.
And that's kind of what we're hoping.
You get from this whole conversation,
Yeah.
right? RoleCatcher might not be the thing for you.
Right. But not everything works for everybody.
Exactly.
Right.
But the job market is changing.
Yeah.
And you got to know what's out there.
You got to keep up.
You got to keep up. Yeah.
Right.
And the more you know,
Yeah.
the better prepared you'll be
Yeah.
to actually make it work for you.
Knowledge is power.
Always.
Right. Especially in this job market.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. So as you're gearing up for your job hunt out there, remember,
Yes.
be curious.
Be open to new things.
Be adaptable.
Yeah.
And most importantly,
That's the most important thing.
be confident
Yes.
in what you bring to the table.
Because at the end of the day,
Yeah.
your skills, your experience, that's what matters.
That's what you got.
That's what's going to get you the job,
right.
not some fancy platform.
Right. But maybe a fancy platform can help you
It can help you, yeah.
showcase those things.
Exactly. That's the key.
All right. Until next time.
Until next time.
Happy job hunting, everybody.
Good luck out there.